Part number 3 here has actually quite a few setups that have to get done to it. If we just go ahead and try to churn the shape and then put it in a fourth axis and do this milling, it ends up not being very rigid because of this 3/8 diameter here, and you'll have a hard time doing it. So the best way to do it is to pre-churn it, like rough churn it to a little bit larger diameters everywhere. Then fourth axis it to put this slot through it and this hole through it. Then put it back in the lathe, holding on to this 1-inch diameter and churning this 3/8 diameter down. And then churning it around in the lathe, putting this in, and finish churning the rest of this shape, and then threading it. After that, you'd have to set this up into another mill or something and put this hole in it, but I won't go through that particular part. That's something you can do on your own. So as a little introduction to how we're going to do this, we're going to make multiple configurations in SolidWorks that we will utilize for our simulation purposes, but also for material removal purposes. And I've already pre-created those just to show you what they'll be, and then I'll show you how to actually do them after you get an idea in this introduction. So this is the finished part. You see how it is here. This is a 1-inch diameter. This is 3/8. This I think is like 880. And you'll see we have these little steps here and here. We want to maintain those steps so that we can use them as bump stops in the lathe when we get it to set up. So what we'll do is we'll first make a part, and I made it here. I think it's called, let's see, first churn. We're going to churn a part in a lathe that looks like this. So this will be the front of the part. We'll come back here, churn this diameter, and then back groove this diameter. So we'll churn most of it out, and then we'll just come in and back groove this portion. All this will be churned down again later. Then what we'll do is we'll take this component and we'll put this in the fourth axis rotary, and we'll be able to slot through here and drill this hole. We can use this as a bump stop. This has plenty of rigidity for the work we're going to do, and that will end up looking like this after that's done. So you'll see the slots through here, and we end up having this hole come down through here. Then we're going to take it and we'll put this diameter into the chuck on the lathe. So it'll end up being like this. It'll be chucked up in the lathe, and we're going to churn this down to 3/8. So it would end up looking like this. Then we churn it back around and put this in the lathe chuck. And you'll see here we have plenty of material we have to remove here yet. This is oversized, this is oversized. So we would take and we would churn that shape down and we would thread this. And then that would end up giving us basically our finished part, like so, minus this hole. We won't have that hole in there yet. So that is going to be our order of operations that we're going to do. So in the next video I'll show you how to actually get that.